The help of body-worn video cameras.
Police officers!
Get off me! Stay down! Huh?
The new eyes of the law.
Crash. Go after runner.
Out the car! Now! Yeah!
Cops on the front line in Nottinghamshire tackle all types of emergencies.
To me, hands up.
What have I done? What have I done?
And crack down on all kinds of crime.
More and more plants, every room we go to.
They are the Bodycam Squad. Coming up,
I've been fighting people like you for years, mate.
a hostile prisoner
I'm gonna kill you, you know. I will kill you.
turns his aggression on the cops. Officers arrest a smashed man
Hey, relax, hey.
and smash their way into an unassuming family home,
Please!
making an astonishing discovery.
It's not been touched in here.
Nottinghamshire in the East Midlands, home to almost 1 million people. Like many forces around the country, body-worn video cameras are now routine equipment for all frontline officers here. Evidence collected is proving vital in many cases, particularly those of domestic violence, when victims are often too frightened to give statements against their abusive partners. It's just gone 6 p.m. on a Sunday evening in St Anne's in Nottingham. PC John Meanwell is one of a number of bodycam cops rushing to a report of a violent domestic incident.
Apparently there might be 2 children there as well. So we've got a few units going to see what's happening. One of our M06.
At the address, John's colleagues have already arrived and direct him to an entrance via the back garden.
What's going on?
PC Ollie Vale is just ahead of John, and they both record everything on their body cams.
We've got a female with an eye injury. He's upstairs. What's he done? He's hit you?
I wanted back.
Yeah, he'll be coming, don't worry. Hello, mate.
Stay back, please, stay back. Turn around for me.
Fucking stay
Turn
back.
around.
Stay back.
Turn around for me.
Who's already turned around?
Right, put your arms behind your back.
Oh,
Put your arms behind your back.
Right, you're under arrest. You don't have to say anything. My home defence if you don't mention one question. Something which you later allowed to court if you do so maybe give evidence. Do you understand?
Son.
He seems to take it calmly, but as they try to cuff him, he turns his aggression towards John and Ollie.
I don't care who the fuck you think you are.
This guy has just assaulted his partner. What's he going to do to us?
Release your hands.
You fucking do that again.
Release your hands now.
You do that one more time.
As if one of us had been pushed. It was a long way to go down. Let's go downstairs, right?
As they head down, the verbal insults step up.
It's just because you're handcuffed, that's all, pal. Alright, okay. It was non-stop aggression and abuse.
I've been fighting people like you for years,
Hey,
mate.
come on, Anthony.
For years, mate. I will smash your fucking head in.
The man has a cut to his head, which makes the cops suspect he didn't just use his fists on his partner. He headbutted her too.
You got him?
You better film me properly. Because you know you people, you don't scare me. I fought.
While he's taken to custody, his partner will be looked after by other officers.
Weak people.
And she'll be taken to hospital if necessary.
I'm fucking getting in twat.
But the perpetrator seems to want to cause more injuries tonight.
Fuck off, I don't have a fucking seatbelt on. You
Get it.
You've
got to have a seatbelt on.
You know, when I fucking see you in the street, I'm gonna kill you, you know. I will kill you. And I'm fucking pretty sure I will do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't know where I'm affiliated from, do you?
I don't care.
Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, but guarantee you don't live round there, do you?
Those threats were made in order to put us in fear, but I'm not scared of the people that we arrest.
I'll fucking kill you.
His insults continue all the way to custody.
We're doing our job. We are protecting that lady from any further assaults. We're trying to bring him to justice if he's guilty of it.
£200 a shift, I get. What the fuck do you get?
Sometimes people get under your skin. We didn't really particularly bite.
Quite looking forward to this.
Looking forward to what, Anthony?
It's been a while.
Just slow down a bit.
It's been about 5 years.
Just slow down a bit.
Shut up, man. You two fucking pieces of shit. I'll beat you and I'll beat you, innit? One-on-one, I will beat these. Please put me on TV.
But at the very last minute,
I've been jailed 3 times, yeah?
his threats become more than just words, as his head slams into Ollie's mouth.
When I was headbutted outside custody, for people in that situation where they've been arrested, it's a last-ditch attempt to regain control.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase a bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. Going down, I'll give up everything. Daunting, if I could see my dreams, I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. Don't let go, don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality.
I just wanna find a way out, sick of the venom in my brain. Running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this. I just wanna break these chains. Always asking for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started the outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
An acts of another.
Faced with compelling bodycam footage as evidence, the 36-year-old man pleaded guilty to the vicious assault of his partner and to the assault of a police officer. He was given a prison sentence of 6 weeks, suspended for 18 months. He was also ordered to take part in a relationship program and to pay costs and victim surcharge totaling £200. It's just gone 6 p.m. on a Thursday evening, and once again it's a busy night in the St Anne's area of the city. A call has come into the control room saying masked men were seen rushing out of a house carrying bin bags, then speeding away in a people carrier. Bodycam cops Sergeant Anthony Wild and PCK Rimington have just arrived at the house. PC James Gill is on his way there too.
So I've been contacted by the sergeant to say that information has come in of an address that might well have been subject to a cannabis invasion. So that means that someone was growing cannabis at the address. Other people have got word of that and decided that they want it for their own and have gone in. I mean, these can be very violent sometimes. You'll find people going in armed up.
At the house, the sergeants and K's bodycams capture evidence around the door that backs up their hunch.
I smell weed out from outside this property.
Yeah, you can still have the leaves coming out, leaving the door, can't you?
I'm surprised if they've taken everything.
The house looks just like any other residential property at Christmas. If they are growing cannabis inside, it's very well disguised.
Looks like somebody actually lives there, doesn't it? The post office.
With no one responding to their knocks, they're looking for a way to get inside to find out if a burglary has taken place.
Check that door, looks like it's been previously forced, not can see.
It's definitely been done before.
The handle's broken, so they try their luck with the side door instead.
Yeah, just give it a bit more of a pull. I'll give it a pull. I mean, it'll go with a kick.
The door proves to be stronger than the sergeant thought. But when James's team arrives, they realise they have a bigger concern.
I'm not sure it's not still somebody inside.
What makes you think that?
That door looks like it's been previously forced.
Okay. Yeah, there is a small.
I tried the hand door, I thought I heard somebody.
Okay. It can be fraught with danger, turning up to a job when we suspect that it's a cannabis invasion, because they will quite often leave people there to guard it. So these people might well be armed to deal with any attempts to steal their product. So what we could be going into is potentially a bloodbath.
While they try to work out how to get into the house, more information has come through from other calls about the vehicle involved.
We've managed to piece together the registration of that vehicle. We've done a search on that and it comes back to a rental company. So we're just doing inquiries with that rental company now to find out who's in possession of the car at the moment. But certainly it looks very much like the cannabis has been taken out of the building, up these steps to where the car would be waiting on the main road, and then it disappeared at speed from there. So we'll just go into the address now and see exactly what's left behind. Hang on, I think I might.
A window has been left open round the back of the house, and James thinks he can get through.
No, I ain't getting through there.
Not even?
I ain't getting through there. Not even with my stab vest off. Unfortunately, it's too small for any of us to get through. So we are going to force entry at this point in time to make sure that everyone who might be inside is okay, to see what, if any, offences we've got inside. We'll get an enforcer to do it.
Coming up.
Police!
The cops finally manage to get inside.
Police officers, come out!
Bodycam cops James Gill, Sergeant Anthony Wilde and their teams have just entered a house that's been burgled. But they suspect this is no ordinary burglary and no ordinary house.
Police officers!
There was evidence on the floor outside that cannabis is being grown here.
Can we get the enforcer upstairs for a further door?
A glance in just one of the bedrooms confirms their suspicions.
As you can see, there's large amounts of crop cannabis all over the floor. What we've got in here is a grow room where all of the plants, looks like potentially quite mature, have been cropped off and taken out.
A full search of the house reveals that all 3 bedrooms and the dining room have been converted to make them ideal for growing cannabis plants. The plants in 2 of the rooms have been left uncropped.
It's not been packed in here.
This will have been set up over a long period of time by a large number of people who are clearly experienced at what they're doing. They've boarded the walls to make the rooms the appropriate size. They've put all of the electrics up in secure manners so that the grow is operating at its peak efficiency. They're going to want to maximise their profits, as any business would, and this to them is exactly that. It's their business, isn't it? It's their way of life.
Cannabis is the most widely used illegal drug in the United Kingdom. The total trade in cannabis is thought to be worth almost £1 billion. As a result, domestic cannabis farms have boomed, but so have the number of attempts to steal the crops.
In terms of how often we are seeing this, it is becoming more frequent and it's escalating in terms of the scale of it. But there are innocent parties who get dragged into this. For example, if the person masterminding this says, all right, it's the end house on this row of houses, send in the thugs to go and steal it, they might well go to the wrong end of the row of houses. And we've had this before where, terrified elderly couple get masked people with machetes piling into the house, demanding, where are the drugs, where are the drugs?
As with most cannabis farms, the electricity has been bypassed, saving potentially thousands of pounds. But it poses a serious hazard, so this team leaves it well alone. Once it's made safe, a specialist cannabis dismantling team will take the grow apart. But the cops now continue to search for evidence of the people who set it up.
There's a diary with some dates and times in that goes back through 2010 to the current date. So it's potential that this has been ongoing for 7 or 8 years, and we've been blissfully unaware. It was probably the most professional setup I've seen, in a dwelling anyway.
And the sergeant isn't surprised it's not been spotted by anyone before.
From the outside, for anybody looking in, you know, we've got lights up at the window, there's a wreath on the door, obviously around Christmas time. The neighbours wouldn't know anything that was going on in this address.
But someone knew exactly what was here and have gone off with about half the crop.
You're looking at gangs, and these are organised people that will go round and burgle, shall we say, other people's cannabis grows. So you've got other people that plough all the hard work and effort into it, if we can call it that. And then you've got guys that will just come around, break in and take it. They're probably in and out in less than 10 minutes, so easy one.
Potentially there's a large amount of money that could be made from this. Certainly it's enough motivation for someone to come in and do this.
And while they're still collecting evidence, word comes in about the person who hired the getaway car. It's someone known to the police.
So we're looking now to go round to his address as quickly as possible in the hope that he may just have been stupid enough to drive straight home with all of this cannabis.
Before they leave, the sparse furniture in one of the downstairs rooms helps the police piece together what could have happened here this evening.
I mean, it looks like this is the only available living space. If you look at this, that's a sofa bed, and we've got the PlayStation here. Yeah. This is what someone is occupying in order to look after this.
Someone been playing on this?
Not us, no, but whoever was here previously.
Because they're like 18, 17, is that when there was on or something?
Yeah, that's a good spot.
We've got an indication that it was last used, so this game was last played just after 6:15 in the evening. Now, the job was called in to us at 7:45, so just about half an hour later. So it's very possible that there was actually someone in here either at the time that it's been raided or moments before. So obviously questions arise now as to where that person is. Are they okay? What's happened to them? Or were they potentially involved in it? So it's something to go on.
The house was rented out, and a week later, exactly the same thing happened at a second property owned by the same landlord. Landlords could face up to 14 years in prison if they know that cannabis is being grown in the place they rent out.
For this poor guy, he's got 2 properties now that he can't do anything with because it's going to cost £30,000, £40,000 a piece to get them into a habitable state again. So the landlord is the real victim in all of this.
But it could have been avoided if the landlord had done regular checks of both properties. Frustratingly, no drugs were found on the man who hired the getaway car or at his house, so he couldn't be linked to stealing the cannabis. But the invaluable intelligence gathered will be put on the database and used in the future. 4 names were found on paperwork at the address. So far, there is a warrant out for the arrest of one of the suspects in relation to the growing of the cannabis. It's 9 p.m. in the Broxtowe area of the city, and Bodycam cop Ian Blackstock is on his way to speak with the victim of a cruel and heartless theft.
A member of Publix had their mobility scooter stolen. The core has been classed as vulnerable. There's oxygen cylinders attached to this mobility scooter, which the owner may need tonight.
The owner of the stolen mobility scooter lives in a place for people who need help to live an independent life.
Evening. Did you give us a ring?
His ex-wife lets Ian in.
We've come to see you because you think you've rang us about your mobility scooter, is that correct? Yeah. Cool. What's happened?
Well, don't need to tell him because you short forever.
Yeah. His ex-wife explains that he went to his local pub that afternoon and parked his mobility scooter outside.
Yeah.
The person who took it was captured on the pub's CCTV, and the landlord showed them the footage.
He's not a young chap.
Do you recognise him as...
No.
Can't see his face very good.
You can't see his face?
He's not long had this new scooter because the other one was too small for you, wasn't it? You being 6'2", so we invested £2,000 in this one. He's only had it a couple of months.
What concerns me is
it's got oxygen
in it. That's very concerning to me.
Do we need to sort of use some oxygen out tonight?
He's got some canisters in there.
I've got oxygen, but it's a dangerous thing.
Yeah, of course. Well, my main concern at the moment is you. Yes, he had his mobility scooter stolen, but he's more concerned about his oxygen cylinders on the back. Not that he was missing any, but what might happen if they were used in the wrong way.
Pressurised oxygen is potentially hazardous, and all oxygen users are given training about the dangers and safe use of the cylinders.
Do you want to ring anyone for you?
No, I'm fine.
He rang me, you see, because I'm his ex-wife.
Cool.
So I come down in the car to bring him home.
He was struggling to get about it, and that was his daily trip. Go to a pub, go to his mobility scooter, see his mates, and that's what happens. That now been restricted from him doing that. His freedom had been taken away from him.
I just can't get my head around it, I really can't. This is a mobility scooter, what belongs to a sick man.
Theft of mobility scooters is on the increase. According to recent figures, one scooter is stolen every day across the UK. Each one has heart-rending consequences.
I think we had 4 or 5 thefts of the same things recently in that area. Because there's nowhere to put them. You either store them outside, you can't really take them inside due to the size of them. We're going to pop to a pub now then, and try and see what we can see. Have you got any questions for us while we're here?
Well, I mean, the only question is that I've got, and you won't be able to answer it anyway, and I can't answer it myself. Why do people do things like that?
I would love to be able to give you.
Yes, I would myself. I've been a bit of a Jack the Lad in my time, but to do something like that, no, never, ever.
Yeah.
Every day without the scooter means he's trapped in the house.
It's not insured. It's costing £2,000. So if we don't get it back, it's £2,000 out of pocket straight away. You only need mobility scooters for one reason. That's to get you from A to B if your mobility's not up to it. That poor chap was on oxygen as well.
Well, I have a lung problem, but also a heart problem. And I have to have it 16 hours a day. That's why I carry it on the scooter. I don't like it, but it's what I have to do to live.
Coming up, Ian gets a look at the mobility scooter thief on the pub's CCTV.
The building is warm. It looks familiar.
And James comes across a guy who doesn't want to play ball.
Hey, relax, hey.
In Broxtowe, Ian has been talking to a man whose mobility scooter was stolen from outside a pub.
Why do people do things like that?
Ian has come to the pub to look at the CCTV and see if he can get a lead on who took the scooter.
Basically, the customer's been in since 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Has he?
And that's his scooter there. It's in there. You lift the back up and takes the brake off.
Mobility scooters have a special lever, allowing them to be pushed if the battery runs out. It looks like this person knew exactly what they were doing.
Is he known to you, do you think, or...?
I know Sam said that. His building is warm. Looks familiar to a couple of the staff.
Yeah.
But you can't see his face on the CCTV.
Can you just spin it back so I can take a picture? That's what we're going to do. We're going to look at putting our Twitter and Facebook feeds to... Right, we'll be in touch. But yeah, if you hear any whispers, it doesn't have to be through 999, Crime Stoppers. If no one wants to give a name, we just want this scooter back.
Yeah,
cool.
No worries, mate.
Unlike cars, mobility scooters don't have chassis numbers, but they can have alarms, trackers or locks fitted to try and deter would-be thieves.
You seen that guy?
Well, I seen somebody shoving a scooter when I was putting my car in the garage at the top of the road. I couldn't recognise his face.
Oh no, that's fine. What number do you live at then?
Some of the locals in the pub witnessed the thief nonchalantly going off with the scooter.
What time are you putting the car away?
About 6 o'clock.
That'll be it then. I'll show you a picture.
Cool. So about 50 yards away.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they can't identify who the man is.
in that direction.
I reckon you
rather
went
than
across the road and up by Bathurst straight up to Wigman.
Right. Cheers for that.
Despite their best efforts, circulating the face and details of the thief on the police social media site, they've yet to find the stolen scooter or the person who took it. The scooter's owner has since bought himself a second-hand one, so has got his freedom back and is able to go out again. It's just gone 11:30 p.m. in Snainton, Nottingham. And James is responding to an urgent request from Anthony Wilde, the sergeant who discovered the cannabis invasion.
Okay, so we've been asked to go and assist the sergeant. He's got someone acting very, very strangely with him. He's not really expressed what the issue is, but he's asked for cops to join him as quickly as possible. There's clearly something that's not right about it.
The Sarge suspects drugs may be involved here and has been joined by PC Sweeney. They're recording everything on their body cams.
It's your car, is it?
What's your name, please?
PC Sweeney, 2757 Sweeney.
The man was spotted sitting in the driver's seat of a car with its lights on, in a dead-end road on an industrial estate next to the racecourse.
The sergeant has a nose for trouble, so it was another classic from his perspective of just being in the right place at the right time.
Just hear me out for a second, right?
Are you bulletproof, bro?
Hey? Just listen to us. We're having a conversation right now.
There's no bulletproof. Yeah? Can we just talk normally then?
We are talking normally, mate.
I've been in war talk once with me.
Have you?
And now I'm dealing with you. I've been in Syria.
Have you?
Turkey and all them type of places where they're letting off bombs. When I knew there's terrorists in town. And you're approaching me. But if you want to approach me, fair enough. But I know there's ISIS in town. And you lot aren't doing nothing about it.
What is it that you're doing down here?
I'm just relaxing. I'm fixing my motorbike.
You're fixing your motorbike? Where's your motorbike?
In the garage.
Right, so how are you fixing the motorbike?
My uncle fixes it.
So where's your uncle then?
My uncle's asleep now, he's got work in the morning.
And where are you going to be going?
I'm just going to be going to sleep.
Well, listen.
I'm going to be going
to need to check the car, mate. I'm going to give you a search as well. Have you got
No.
anything you shouldn't have?
Why are you going to talk to me? What have I done?
His reluctance to cooperate instantly makes the sergeant suspicious.
I feel like I'm being harassed. I feel like you're harassing me.
Come out.
I feel look,
Just chill out and calm down.
James arrives as the man and his car are about to be searched.
Stay there, mate. Stay there.
I feel like I'm being harassed.
I'm not saying you've done anything wrong, it's just the way you behave
not
towards
even
us.
doing
We
nothing.
stopped, had a nice chat.
Just a little bit shine in the car.
James's check of the man's car suggests he's been drinking.
Can of Scrumpy Jack just inside here.
Why do you want to
Is it that you've been drinking? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I haven't even moved.
Anything can of cider.
Right, okay. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's all it is. You're going to give you a search?
He was an odd character, most certainly.
You're not going to give me a search, get my solicitor. You're not searching.
Immediately anti, immediately aggressive, backing away, trying to move away.
We're not
searching me.
Hey, relax. Hey.
He's pulled up a fist and pulled his fist back, cocked it basically to hit someone. So it became quite clear that we had to restrain him.
Just be careful, because it's very, very slow.
It takes 4 cops to get the cuffs on him, but bizarrely, he thinks they were up to something else.
Why are you grinding your arse in my arse? Was that a gay move? Who the fuck was just shagging my arse? Fucking gay bastard.
In your arms.
No, I
A
mean,
jar containing cannabis is found in his jacket.
please do so. Fucking dickheads. It's legal in Portugal. It's legal in America.
It's got cannabis.
Yeah, wow. A little bit of cannabis.
94% of cannabis seized by police, much of it homegrown, is super strength. Something James knows only too well.
What people don't seem to have got a grasp of, the drug that's out there today is not the drug it once was.
You lot are arresting people. Things that are even illegal in other countries.
The way that it's been grown and produced is creating these amazingly strong strains of drug, which has a terrible effect on people's mental health.
At this moment in time, then going to be arrested on suspicion of possession of that cannabis.
Well, go on.
But we're also going to have to request a sample of breath from you. You were sat in the driver's seat of that motor vehicle.
I wasn't.
You were when we pulled up. It's going When's the last time you had a drink? You had a drink in the last 20 minutes?
I wasn't driving anyway.
Listen to me. Have you had a drink in the last 20 minutes?
I wasn't driving anyway.
Is that a yes or a no?
I think he's trying to think, what can I do to damage limitation? Well, I won't blow. Then they can only prosecute me for failing.
I'm going to request a sample of breath from you. I'm going to have to point out that if you fail or refuse to supply a sample of breath, it's an offence which can be arrested.
Listen, you little body of a faggot, yeah?
Are you going to supply me a sample of breath?
You little body of a faggot,
yes or no?
Yeah? Go fuck him.
Yes or no?
Listen, let your mum suck my
dick. Yes or no?
Let your mum suck my dick.
Right, so you're refusing?
Yeah.
Right, OK, you're under arrest for failing to provide a sample of breath at roadside, OK. So you're not...
As he's waiting to get into the van to go to custody, his paranoid comments reach new heights.
Where's your bulletproof vest? Yo, lads, you better get a bulletproof vest, you know? Because it's coming, you know? The Russian mafia is coming over this country. You feel safe? Are your family safe? Is your mum safe? Is your mum safe? Are your sister safe? No fucking me, you bastard. Why are you digging the handcuffs in?
Nobody's digging the handcuffs in.
Digging the handcuffs in. Why are you digging
Trust
the handcuffs in?
me, you would know if we were digging the handcuffs in. Ready? Step up for me, please. That's the way.
That's it.
Nicely done.
Yeah, you bastard. You fuck him up.
The man was charged with possession of cannabis, using threatening behaviour, and failing to provide samples for drink and drugs. He received a 6-month community order, 10 points on his licence, was ordered to pay £300 in court costs, and his cannabis was seized and destroyed. Coming up, it's a doubly unlucky night.
I just lost 580 there, yeah.
580 quid?
For one race goer.
I've been here twice, I've been arrested twice.
Across the UK, the evening rush hour is the most dangerous time to travel, when nearly 1 in 10 traffic accidents happen. Bodycam cop PC Nadine Clark's heading to the site of a collision between 2 vehicles on the Crown Island roundabout, a notorious accident black spot in Nottingham city centre.
10-4, I'm state 6.
Nadine spots one of the crashed cars, but it's been abandoned in rush hour traffic.
Yeah, he's just left the car in the middle of the live lane. Why anyone would do that, who knows?
She needs to act fast before a secondary accident happens and quickly spots the 2 drivers involved.
So that's your van,
that's my van,
and that's your car, and what happened?
She was in that lane, I was in the middle one, and then she flew into it and hit the back of mine.
Regardless of who was at fault, Nadine's priority is to get the silver car off the roundabout before there's a pile-up.
What I want you to do is take your car, and you...
I can move mine in a little bit.
Yeah, leave it in a bit.
Out of the way, yeah.
Take your car, madam, and take it into the car park, please. Can't leave it there.
Nadine escorts the woman to her car across the live lane.
Come this way, please.
But she seems oblivious to the dangers. She's more concerned about the damage that's been done to her car.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute, madam. Just get in your car, please.
The road's finally clear, but Nadine's facing another problem. The van driver's claiming the woman is refusing to give him any insurance details.
I was in the middle lane, and she come into the back end of me from the first lane, and then so basically I stopped, put all my hazards on, tried to get the details. She wouldn't give me the details.
All we're going to do is swap in insurance details, okay?
The woman's husband is now here, and the insurance details are finally handed over.
Okay, that's the insurance, and that's the policy number.
And even though her husband wasn't in the car at the time of the accident, he's certain the van driver's to blame.
What's the mistake?
Well, that's not up to us to determine.
No, you have to determine because he was going that way.
No, sir.
I wasn't going that way.
You were going that way.
Sir,
yeah,
that is not for the police
to
see who
insurance.
We haven't got a camera.
Everything is there.
We haven't got a camera, sir.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to want the truth. What is the truth? Not just.
Excuse me, sir.
Like that,
Excuse me.
You wasn't even in the car, mate.
Yeah.
You weren't in the car. He's got a back camera in his van, so that'll be his evidence, won't it?
to see that.
Well, you won't be able to see it. That's his evidence. That's not yours. That's his.
So police have to decide this one.
No.
He is a liar.
No.
He's going that way, that he turned this way.
How can I be? I'm in the middle
This
lane.
way. He come this way.
Sir, it's not down to police to say.
Arguing, it's nothing to do with
You're
you.
certainly decided to do this one. You know, my dear, you know.
Oh, look
You
at
know.
that. She's hit me on the back. She's hit me on the back. She's coming to me.
A lot of the time, people would potentially call, leave the cars exactly where it's happened, and then call the police to look at where the cars are in order for police to say whose fault it was.
And it seems this was what the woman's husband thought she should do.
Definitely think this lady, it was her first accident. She didn't know what to do. She immediately rang her husband, who told her what to do, to put the car back where the accident happened, when actually the advice was incorrect. It's more dangerous for your wife to leave the car in a live lane and get out of it on a cross road, at the road, than to drive a car into safety.
As the van driver heads off, the woman's husband is still claiming his wife was not in the wrong.
Somebody has hit this side, right?
Not necessarily, sir, because she could have turned into someone. I don't understand how I can say whose fault it is just based on that information.
Finally, the couple agree to leave and take the matter up with their insurance company.
You get yourselves home and, have a cup of tea or something.
Okay, no,
all right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. Drive safe.
Well aware of how valuable her personal bodycam is for gathering evidence, Nadine has some wise words of advice for all motorists.
I think, as standard, every car should have a dash cam. That would solve this problem. Some people drive faster than others or don't pay as much attention, or these accidents happen. That's why we have insurance. But yeah, get a dash cam, folks.
The racecourse in Nottingham has regular dog races throughout the week. Tonight, there's a special event on which will attract big crowds. It's just gone 8 p.m, and Bodycam cops Tiff Hutchinson and Dale Notley are responding to a call about a potentially dangerous job.
We've just been asked by the control room to head to the racecourse. Security spotted a male at the bar who's wanted for an offence in London. They've just checked the system and he's wanted ×5.
In policing, you're taught an ABC. Assume nothing, believe no one, and challenge everything. And with this case, the caller was a third party, and often it gets clouded.
The wanted man is thought to have a history of violence. A sergeant has been drafted in to help.
Yeah, so the sergeant has been back at the station, he's reviewed the incident and he's made contact with the caller. I think he's established that the suspect is with 2 other males. Their details are unknown at this stage. So the idea is we get there, we RV with the sergeant, identify what the action plan is going to be.
Close to the racecourse, Tiff and Dale meet the sergeant and get more information.
What's he wanted for down in London?
Staff here think he's wanted for some burglars down south. One of them was with a nunchuck and a hammer.
Nunchucks. It's a martial arts weapon, 2 pieces of stick, joined by a chain in the middle.
Dale is armed with a taser and is fully prepared to use it if necessary.
So, weapons being involved, we have to then consider our safety. So it's very important that we've got, a contingency plan. We'll secure the entrance and see if we can locate this male.
But as they arrive at the dog track, it looks like the racing is over, and most people have already left.
I think he's just this second walked out.
He's just gone?
Yeah, we think so.
Right.
He's wearing a bright high-vis jacket.
Is he?
Yeah, like an orange jacket. You can't miss it.
Right.
Should we have a look around the car park?
They head to the car park and see a man matching the description in an orange donkey jacket.
Sir, can I have a word with you? Just come over here a minute, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Just have a quick word. Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
police officer. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. You never know how someone's going to react. If they do start to kick off, you've got to get hands on straight away. But as a taser, you learn to sort of back off a bit.
Right. What it is, you're matching a description at someone that might be wanted.
Wanted?
Yeah.
You're matching a description.
Okay.
So all we need to do is ascertain who you are.
But
yeah.
go through, I'll give you my details. I'm known to you.
Okay, mate.
Right.
We're three of us, but he did have a couple of friends that were hanging nearby who were with him when we first stopped him. So you're always thinking, where are they gone? You know, are they anti-police?
The racing enthusiast is surprisingly forthcoming.
I'm actually out of licence. I finished my licence 10 days ago.
Out on licence means he's been in prison and has been allowed to finish his sentence as a free man, with conditions, which, if broken, mean he'd go back inside.
I'll just give you a pat, make sure you got no weapons on you.
Oh,
yeah?
no,
Brilliant.
sure.
You start. No, just keep it on.
I'm actually come up as known, not currently wanted, flashed passport. Last offence was hitting the police officers. My last offence, that was in jail.
But you're not going to do that though, are you?
No, there's the lady here.
Right. Just give me a sec.
While Tiff checks his details, the punter tells Dale and Sarge it's not been his night.
No, I just lost 580 there, yeah.
Did you?
180 quid. Yeah.
Sorry about that, H.
Tiff has some good news and some bad news. The good news is he's not the man who's done the burglaries down south. But the bad news is he's still wanted.
Okay, to be honest with you.
Straight away.
You're coming back as wanted.
For what?
Non-payment of fines. So, at the minute, we've got, it's saying 1,030 quid's outstanding for, it's been sent by Thames Magistrate on the 24th of October.
Right, you're going to have to handcuff you.
No, that's fine.
All right.
He's really gone to the dogs now, as his unpaid traffic fines have resulted in a warrant for his arrest. Anyone failing to pay their fines can be arrested and potentially have the fine increased by 50%.
You had to feel sorry for him, because he's lost money in there. He's got this non-payment of fine, very compliant. You feel a bit sorry.
Yeah.
Mind your head.
And it seems it's not the first time he's had a run-in with the law here.
You been to Knots before, William?
I actually got arrested here about 2 years ago.
You've got fond memories here then, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been here twice, I got arrested twice.
And fate's last cruel blow for him tonight is that the custody menu isn't quite to his taste.
As long as I can get one of your little sausages and beans.
Did you chicken?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
No.
His night out at the dogs may have ended badly with an evening at the Bridewell. But when he saw the magistrate the next day, his luck finally changed and he was allowed more time to settle up.